A push to stop 6 New Mexico laws has come to a halt after a judge dismissed a lawsuit against the Secretary of State.
Anchor Sasha Lineage joins us live with how that dismissal is not stopping the group that filed it.
Doug, Shelley, that lawsuit is not stopping them. They have filed a motion for a judge to reopen the case, but according to court records, that has not happened just yet. That group will be here at the Marriott Pyramid Hotel in Albuquerque getting as many signatures as they can tonight with the goal of overturning those 6 laws that were passed during this year's session. Now, those laws deal with reproductive and gender-affirming care, school-based health centers, election changes, and voter protections. It's called the Referendum Project. A group of lawmakers and local organizations are trying to stop these laws from going into effect next month. They say they don't want the rights of parents to be taken away, but others say they're targeting the LGBTQ plus community.
It's a reminder that these laws were necessary because there are folks out there who want the right to attack us, to discriminate against us, to deny us the health care that we deserve. And passing these laws was critical for protecting our community.
They take the parents' right away to even be notified that the child is considering transitioning to a different gender or having an abortion. It takes away a parent's right to be notified if the child is suicidal. These are things that are very private and very personal, and they should be held between the parent and the child.
Current referendums approved by her office or the Attorney General. Our legal expert says the judge could reopen the case, but it's almost never done this soon.
The judge can say, yes, okay, I'm going to reconsider my decision. I'll let you have another hearing. Or the judge can say, no, I've made my decision. I've dismissed. Now, they can appeal that. Referendum Project can take that up the chain to the courts of appeals if they wish. And see if they fare any better there.
I think it's really important that New Mexicans have their voices heard. And I understand that there are any number of people out there who would like to see these petitions approved and these questions going on the ballot. But, you know, as of today, as of this weekend, if you are seeing a petition going around, it's not valid.
Well, the group will be in this parking lot starting at 6:30 to get as many signatures as they can. Doug, Shelley, back to you.
So thank you. The Secretary of State says the petition has no legal weight because it has not been approved and signed. Signing the petition right now would be premature.